Okay, when you're pulling the cover off, you want to make sure that this lock is slid to this position so the cover can come off easily. Because when you have it in the other position, you're not going to get the cover off too easy. So make sure it's in that position when you pull the cover off and put it on. Hello, this is my 2018 Kia Sedona van. As you can see, I have a piece of cardboard on my driver's side sliding door window because it will not roll up. So let's see how we can fix this. Okay, we want to access the sliding door from the inside of the car. And by the door handle, we have two pop-off covers. We have a pop-off cover right there and a pop-off cover down here. So we need to pop off those two covers to access the screw. Okay, to pop the covers off, just get a flathead screwdriver, stick it in the slot, and then just kind of twist and turn it, and the cover will come off. And then you will have access to your screw. And this is going to be a Phillips screw, and this other one is the same. It's a Phillips screw for that. So pop your little covers off. Now the next thing we want to do is in this corner, we want to pop off this cover here. I have a little crowbar. You can use the plastic pieces that they have for actually removing this stuff, but you just kind of put this in here and you pry it off. Go up the side, kind of pop it, and then once you get it popped loose, you can practically just take it with your hand and pull it off. And that'll give you access to the last screw we need to take off to remove our door panel. So let's do that. And then after we pop that off, let's remove the three screws, the two there and the one on the door panel. Take those three screws off. You take your screw out, go ahead and lift the seat back up. Lift the seat back up, okay? So we can have access to pry the door off. I'll open the side of the sliding door so I can access this cover from in here over on this side. And what I did, I started from the bottom because there was a little gap down here. I don't have, you know, some pry tools. You can buy the pry tools off of Amazon, but I don't have them, so I started off with my flat screwdriver and, you know, just kind of like put it in, pop it up. You know, you can still do it with this, but you want to pop this cover off, go up the side, and just, you know, go around here and just kind of pop it up, pop it away from the thing. So, yeah, get it at the bottom, probably come in around on the back side, and see if you can get up in here. I don't know if you can see that. Get up in here and try to pop the cover too from this side and the bottom if you can, okay? Okay, after you pried your cover up as far as you can, all the way up to the top on both sides, you want to pop those clips off, pop the cover away from the clips, or the clips away from the frame, so you can have access to the cover. And then what you can do is you can grab by here and you can poke this, and this will come off. It pretty much come off. You may have to lift up or whatever, but this will come off. And now you will have access to the inside of your door. And we want to unclip right here. We want to unclip the, let's see, we want to unclip this. So you just kind of squeeze on it and pull it out from the door power, and then we can pull the cover completely off, and we'll have access to our window. Okay, so once you pull that off, you can move the cover out the way, and probably, you know, you could probably open up the door now and take the cover completely out. The door should open up, hopefully. Let me move this out the way. So when the door open up, I'm gonna open it up to have access to the door. And I can get the cover off. Okay, so I'm gonna move that out the way and open up the door now, and I have access to just take this cover completely out easily. and put it where I need to put it, you know. I'm gonna just store it off the way somewhere, and now I have access to the full door. So I'm gonna put the cover somewhere, and then I'm gonna close the door, and we'll see what it looks like on the inside. Okay, this vapor sheet, or whatever you want to call it, I've had work done on this window before, and evidently they did a bad job on it. The dealer did it, but it didn't last long. And I can see in here that this wire is not going like it's supposed to, and that's probably why the window is not rolling up and down. So chances are I need to replace this piece with the motor, and I should be good, you know. So I'm gonna probably have to remove this vapor barrier off, access these screws to this plate here, take this off. So let me see what else we got to do to access the screws and stuff. Okay, I removed the little vapor cover off of the door. It's all tacky, you know, it's not even hard, so it just came off really easy, and it was a mess, but hey, I took it off without tearing it up more than what it was. So now let's go take a look at the door. With the cover off, we have better access to our window regulator here, and we're gonna probably just pop off this right here, take this off the regulator. Squeeze it. Okay, from the back. Okay, on the back side, it's a little thing that you can squeeze, and then it should come up with a little bit of force. I couldn't get it up with the holding the camera, so I had to let the camera go down. But like I said, on the back side, you have this little squeeze thing, and you can just pull it up. And then we got these little clips here that we want to just unclip it from, so it won't be on the regulator. Okay, so we need to unclip those. I wonder if we may have to cut them off. They look like they're tie straps or something. Okay, what you want to do to get these out, you don't have to cut the thing. You want to take a screwdriver and get up in here and just pry it out. You know, get the screwdriver up underneath here and pry this out, because it just kind of locks in there from the back. So just kind of pry these out without trying to break it. So just do it gently. Don't do it forcefully. Just do it gentle and pry those out. After you take the clips off over here, I just took the little harness and stuck it up in here out the way, so it won't be in the way. So the next thing we want to do is this little cover here. We want to take this cover off. Take this cover off. This is going to give us access to the window. You see this screw down here? This connect the window, and that screw down there connect the window. Now we need to get this up so we can take these screws off to get the window off, you know, to disconnect the window. And we may have to just take these 3 screws off, which will remove the whole bracket from it altogether, and then we can lift that up to where we can get to the screws. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can push it up. We'll see. I'll probably have to take this cardboard off and pull up on the glass to where I can access those holes down there. And then if I can access the holes, I can access those screws in the hole right here and right here. I can take the glass completely off and then take the regulator off and get a whole new regulator, put it back in, and hopefully I'll be back in business. Okay, I took the cardboard out the window, and what I did was I stuck a piece of cardboard in the glass, by the glass, to help it stay up. I was able to pull the glass up. Now I have access to take this screw off and this screw off. So I'm gonna take these 2 screws off, and if you won't, you could probably find something else. You have access to move it a little bit in case it's not just right. So move it to your liking and adjust it, okay? take the screw off, then we'll be able to take the glass out. Okay, the screws are 10 millimeters screws that you have to use to get out of there. As I took mine out, of course, they kind of fell down up in here, so I'm gonna have to get access to them. So if you could take them off and hopefully keep them on the bit, you can save yourself some time and trouble. But yeah, they fell off. So now that I got the screw off, we need to take the glass out, and I can't hold the camera and do that at the same time. So just pull up on the glass and it should come out. And I suggest pulling up from the outside of the car like this to get it out. So as you can see, I got it to where I can pull it up. If you don't want to replace it, you can pull it up and try to put it in place and leave it at that if you don't want to replace the full regulator. But I'm gonna take the glass off, okay? Let me turn the camera off. Well, as it turns off, I'm not gonna take the glass off. I'm just gonna put it in place, get something to hold it in place till I replace the regulator, and then that way I can, you know, don't have to worry about taking it in and out, and I don't think I can get it out anyway. So just pull it up, probably get some tape or something to hold it in place so it don't fall down. Okay, I have my window pulled up pretty good. What I did is I took a cable strap, they call it tie strap or whatever you want to call it, and I stuck it in here and I put it around the bottom of that. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. I'm gonna see if I can put it in here and see if you can see. But I wrapped it around the bottom here of the glass. Don't know if you can see that, but I put it in there to hold the window up. So that should hold the window up till I get the regulator piece from eBay or Amazon or wherever I'm gonna get it from. The cable tie that I use is a heavy duty 18-inch one. Probably don't need to be that big, but this is what a cable tie actually look like before you put it in and cut it off. So that's what I use. So what it is you take this piece and you connect it to the other end, and it zip ties, a zip tie. So that's why they call it zip tie. So I don't know if everybody's familiar with that, but if you're doing this job, hopefully you know what a cable tie is, okay? Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is take this nut off here. That's one nut, 2, 3. I already got them loose a little bit. And then there's one on the very bottom. We need to take 4 nuts off, and those will be 10 millimeter nuts. So take those 10 millimeter nuts off, and then we'll go to the next step. After you take your 4 nuts off, this should be loose to where you can just push it in and take it out. So push it inward, get it loose, turn it, do whatever you need to do, and work it out. And don't forget to get the screws if they fell down. So work it out, pull it out, and your regulator is out. As you can see, mine is all nasty and everything, so I need to get a new regulator. So yeah, okay, so that's how you take it off and you're ready to go. And don't forget to reach down inside there and get these 2 screws out. I have the other screw here. They just look, it's funny how stuff loves to fall, and just like they try to hide from you when they fall. But don't forget to get your 2 screw out before you get your new regulator. If you're gonna replace it, you wanna get those screws out before you get your new regulator. And put them in the door of your door panel till you get it also. Okay, now that I have the regulator out the car, I'm gonna use a 7 millimeter socket wrench, 7 millimeter socket, to take these 3 screws off. It's already loosened off this motor, so I can put it on the new regulators. So I've already loosened up the screw to save some time. So you take those 3 screws off and your motor will come off, and it'll be ready to go on the new regulator when you buy one. I found it on Amazon. I'm gonna put the link in the description, but I got it off of Amazon, so you can get this new piece, put this onto the new piece, and then we'll install it in the car, and hopefully we'll be good to go. Okay, I got the new regulator from Amazon. It was $94, so that's not so bad. So this the old one. As you can see, all the wiring is all messed up on it, so that's going in the trash can. So all I have to do now is just turn this over, put this motor on, and screw it down. So let me put this motor on and put the screws in. There's the motor. So all I have to do now is put these screws in and just kind of make them nice and snug and tight. Not too tight. Don't want to break the plastic. So let me get the 7-inch millimeter and tighten those down, and then we'll put it back in the van. One thing you want to do is make sure that this motor is sitting flush to the, in all the connections. Make sure that it's sitting flush before you put your screws in to tighten it down, okay? So make sure that that's nice and flush before you tighten down those screws. So put your screws in and just kind of make them flush. Do not over tighten them. Just get them nice and flush and just snug. Don't over tighten them because you're gonna mess up your regulator panel. You might crack it or do something, and then you got to start all over. So now we're ready to go put it back in the van. Okay, we're gonna work the regulator in with the screws facing you so they can go in these slots and stuff. So let's get it back in here. I'm doing this while holding the camera, so bear with me. Get it in there. And then you have to line up these screws. I guess once you get one up in there, the rest should follow. I just had it there. Okay, here we go. I got that one in. But like I said, the rest should follow. So get your screws in, get that lined up good, and then we'll put the bolts on. Okay, I have the nuts on in the 4 places, and I'm going to tighten it with my 10 millimeter. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then once I tighten it, I'll come back. Okay, now I want to hook the motor up to the cable. So like I said, this part that you squeeze to take it off, that's gonna go this way, and you just slide it onto the, clip it on. Right now, we just want to clip it on, and then we're gonna hook the door panel up so we can test we want to test the little thing that where the window goes up and down, and I need to make it go down anyway because it's not lined up. Let me see. It's not lined up all the way where it needs to be. It's close, but it's just a little off. And then before I hook up the motor, I want to make sure that, the window, I want to make sure that it works. No sense in hooking up the window if it doesn't work. So let me put the door panel on and test it to make sure that it works prior to putting the glass back down. And now that we have that motor connected, let's just press our start button 2 times to put it in auxiliary mode. And now we can adjust this down here by just using the switch here. Just hit that switch and it'll move the cover. I'm gonna hit the switch. I'm gonna put this over here so you can see me when I hit the switch. Okay, you see that right there? I'm trying to do both at the same time. Okay, that's right there. It's kind of awkward. Okay, but so I don't know if you heard that, but you can see that I moved it. Okay. So it's not in positions. So let me put it in position, but we know that it works, so let's put it in position, and then we'll put our window down. I have that in position where I want it. I'm gonna cut the tie strap that's holding up the glass, but at the same time that I cut the tie strap, I wanna put my hand in here to support the glass so it don't just drop, and then lower it slowly to the regulator, okay? So I'm gonna cut this and lower the glass. I'm gonna have to do this without holding the camera because I only have two hands, okay? So let me cut this and lower the glass. You really wanna make sure that you have good possession of this glass, because once you release whatever you have holding it up, it's gonna drop. So like I said, you don't want it to drop fast, so make sure you got control of that glass when you take off whatever you got holding it up. Now that I have this in position, I need to just put those screws in here. And what I'm going to do, since the screws have a tendency to fall off the bit, this screw here, I'm gonna put this on, but I'm gonna put like some tape or something so it don't fall inside and I don't have to go chasing after it. So I'll show you how. I forgot to mention, turn off your car auxiliary power at this point too. You don't need to have your car on. Okay, instead of using tape to hold it in place, what I have is just a piece of paper towel, just a regular piece of paper towel. I put it over the thing, then I put the screw onto it. And as you can see, the screw is nice and not coming off. So it shouldn't fall in there when I get ready to tighten it up. So now I can put the screw in. You may want to tear the edges off a little bit so it's not all in the way when you're trying to do it. So just kind of tear the little extra edges off the paper towel. And now you have more access to put the screw in. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm doing it with just the socket. I don't have the ratchet on, so I can, you know, just kind of hand tighten it, get it going. So I got that one going. So now I'm gonna pull this off, and as you can see, the screws is in there. So I can take this paper off, put on my next screw, and do that, and then get the socket and tighten it down. I have both screws in, I can tighten them down, and you may have to push your glass up or down to adjust it to make it go in. Just get it nice, hand tight, and then tighten it down. Not too tight, just tighten it down nice and snug. Okay, after you do that, we want to go ahead and put these clips back in there. Where they go, I guess it goes, one goes here, like that. Just pop these back in. Pop them where they go. Move that out the way a little bit. And then we can get that little vapor barrier and stick that back on. Hook this up to the cover and pop the cover on, and we'll be pretty much done with this. Just put the little cover back on. It was all nice and tacky, so it went on really well. So as I said, let's get the cover, put it in place, and hook up this. When we hook up this to the cover, this little tab here on this side is going to be this way. So when we go up to the cover, the tab will be on that side, and then we just hook it up. Wait, where's the tab? Oh, here's the tab. This is the tab that we want. So when we hook it up, it's gonna just go straight up into the cover like this. The tab will be facing towards your right when you do it, okay? Okay, let's put this cap back on before we put the cover on. Put that cap back on. Okay, when you're pulling the cover off, you wanna make sure that this lock is slid to this position so the cover can come off easily. Because when you have it in the other position, you're not gonna get the cover off too easy. So make sure it's in that position when you pull the cover off and put it on. Okay, I have the cover in place by the window. So now I just need to come over here. Like I said, down here is our little tab. And we want the little tab like that facing this way. And then we're gonna just push it right on up into the cover and click it. There we go. Now we can just put this cover in position. You want to probably lift up the cover and put it over here. like you lift up. I'm trying to do this with one hand. I can't do it with one hand, but just lift this up and hook it up on there, and then we're gonna push the clips back in, and then we should be good to go. After you get your door kind of in position, after you get it to where it's kind of like on that rail pretty good, you're gonna probably have to push at the bottom a little bit, and then let's just open up the door and make sure those clips are in properly before we get to screwing down anything, okay? Okay, so with the door open, I use the overhead thing to open it. We can see the clips where they need to, right here where they need to go back in to the holes. So let's get all these clips to go back into the hole on this side, and then we'll go to the back side and do the same thing. And make sure that this knob is going towards you. Otherwise this cover won't go on properly. So once that goes towards you, it should just snap in there. See, just snap that in. So the backside was already pretty good. As you can see, the backside, I'm trying to show you that. Yeah. It's hard to see. Let's see. Well, it's in there good to the backside. So yeah, now that we have that all in, we can put our 3 screws in, and you're done. So I don't think you need to see me put the last 3 screws in. I think you got it from there. So good luck if you try to do this. Okay, you talked me into it. Go ahead and close your door. Put your screw in there, and then over there. Take your cover, stick it back up in here, and just do like that. Snap it in place. Take these covers and put them down into place, and now you're done. Okay, there you go. A complete job. Okay, you're welcome. Bye. Again, this is my window. As you can see, it works. It works. We're back in business.